What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Deep Dig. This is our Diamond Pick of the Week. I'm your host, Drew, with my other host over there. I don't know what side he's on.
What's up? It's D. Nice to be with us again. Really appreciate it. This is where you get all of your best 49er bets for the upcoming game. And this week we have a tasty matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady coming home. It's a revenge game. Drew, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. We broke even last week. I'm gonna take that as a win. We did bet big money, so if you could walk away with all your money, I think that counts as a dub. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to this video. We do this every week. We drop a pod every week. We just, stay up to date. Send this to some 49ers friends because the game's going to be good tomorrow.
All right. So taking a look at the game, 49ers are actually the favorite heading into this. So right now it stands at minus 3.5 points for the 49ers. If you're thinking Tampa Bay is going to keep it close, this might be a good way to just sprinkle a little cash on that. The over-under is over 37.5 points. I don't know about that.
It's tough because they're putting a lot. Like, when has a third string quarterback been favored like right out the gate in their first start
against Tom Brady?
Against Tom Brady. But what I'm thinking, what I've been trying to tell people this week, and no one seems to like recognize it. The Bucs aren't that good this year. They have a lot of injuries. They've barely been beating these bad teams. They're just lucky they're in a bad division. I mean, they had to come back on the Saints last week, and the Saints are a tire fire right now.
Yes. I mean, we struggled. The Saints defense is actually just really good. I would give them props on that. Dennis Allen is a defensive coach. He keeps the Saints up just based off of that.
But that offense is clueless right now.
Oh, yeah. But the Bucs, you were just going through the injury report. It's crazy the amount of injuries that they have right now. They're just not where they were the past 2 years. So we got to capitalize on that.
Definitely. Like I was telling you before this, the secondary is definitely banged up for them. Both their safeties weren't practicing all week. Another one of their corners is doubtful. So what are those Brock Purdy numbers looking like? My guy, Mr. Irrelevant.
Dude. So we're coming off hot. I'm thinking this week is going to be a huge Brock Purdy week. So his over-under is actually fairly reasonable. So passing yards, over 199.5. Tell me that's not like, dude. So last week against the Miami Dolphins, where he had pressure all up in his face, like that Dolphins front is actually really good. They were getting to Brock Purdy pretty often. He had 210 yards. I think this week, with a full week of practice going with the ones, with everyone really backing him, and with Kyle Shanahan really saying like, hey, we don't need Baker Mayfield. We're going to roll with Brock Purdy. I think that he lets Brock Purdy loose a little bit. I think he ends up getting like 245. What do you think?
I mean, we've been skeptical on Jimmy getting the overall season, but his number has always been around 230, 240.
Yeah.
With Brock Purdy at 190, especially with the safety valves we have on this team, all the guys can take it extra yards. I think this is set up good for Brock Purdy to hit 200, hit 210, and still be conservative with the ball. So I'm definitely liking those numbers.
Yeah, I'm really liking the over there.
Also, it feels good to just like bet on Brock Purdy because I mean I've been hyped on him. Actually, if you guys don't follow the SF Niners on Twitter, he did come out with some Big Cock Brock merch, and I think I'm gonna cop me some hats. It's like a bee, and then it's a picture of a rooster and another bee. Just a shout out to him. Go ahead and try to get you some Brock Purdy merch this week.
Yes. So I think that's one that I'm definitely going to come back to in this. Going into it, rushing yards, Christian McCaffrey, his over-under is 51.5. He was semi-bottled up last week, but he ended up breaking a 30-yard run, which we ended up hitting our over there. I'm a little bit hesitant because I think the Bucs are really going to like narrow down on Christian McCaffrey this week. Just because, one, it's a familiar opponent to them. It's not like they haven't seen what Christian McCaffrey can do. And I think that they're going to, really kind of gear up. And they've, not that they've been like his kryptonite, but I think they'll have a little bit of familiarity to his wrinkles in his game. So I'm a little hesitant to go on the over on that one. What do you think?
Yeah, even with McCaffrey having like good games statistically in the run game, he hasn't like he could still have a good game and not put up the yardage. if that makes sense. Like he's having a bigger impact throughout the game. And we saw last week, we held our breath till the end because it took that long run for us to win our bet. So it's tough. Like he could be very much involved in the game plan, but as a receiver. So
Yes.
it's just hard, especially Jordan Mason might start eating some more carries as Kyle starts to trust him more, and Tevin Coleman just got elevated, so we know he's Kyle guy.
Yeah, and right now there's no odds for any Buccaneers on the rushing attempts. I think that bodes, because of you know, the injuries on the offensive line, and it's a mixed bag there coming from Leonard Fournette and Rashad White. So I just don't think Vegas knows how to really score that team. So they
And
actually have Tom Brady's over at 252 and a half yards. I think that's going to be tough sledding for Tom Brady this week. I don't know if he hits that over.
yeah, I don't think. And also Leonard Fournette, I think is questionable this week too. But I think last week it was tough hitting that under for Tua because of the two giant plays they had. Does the Bucks offense have that in them this week? I don't think so. Especially with Ufunga, who was the guy that gave up those plays. Basically, he's gonna want to correct himself, overcorrect this game, so he's gonna be locked in.
Yeah, but it's one thing. Chris Godwin is just a different type of dude. Chris Godwin and Mike Evans are two of the biggest physical receivers. I think that might be a tough matchup, but he's going to need time for them to get downfield. That's where I think the pass rush is really going to help out this defense. But those are two physical freaks. Like if they have a long pass play, like I wouldn't be surprised, but it's all about getting Tom's, set up to have that deeper drop and make sure that he's not pressured. So we'll see.
Yeah, and
Uh,
Tristan Wirfs is hurt.
yes.
Tristan Wirfs is hurt. So good luck, Tom.
So we're going into receiving yards. Brandon Ayuk over 43 and a half. Chris Godwin, his over under is 61 and a half. Christian McCaffrey over under is 36 and a half yards. That's pretty tasty. Another one that I really like is George Kittle over 29 and a half yards. I think that Brock Purdy plays perfectly into what Kittle is already doing, which is short to immediate dump offs. And in college, the best receiver that he had on the team was the tight end. So he's very comfortable using the tight end as an outlet. I think that's one to watch moving forward.
Yeah, I think McCaffrey's definitely gonna hit the over on that. Ayuk, I don't know. They did have like the conversation after the game that Brock was like, "I'm gonna feed you" to Brandon Ayuk, but he just seems to have the connection downfield with Debo more than Jimmy ever had. And if Debo had a decent number, I'd probably go with that. But Ayuk, we'll see. This is gonna be a bar to determine the rest of the season with Ayuk and Purdy connection.
Yes. And I think just like we were earlier, the few games that with Jimmy, where it was I don't know who's going to get what. I think we're going to have to see that again to establish where we're going to hit on these receiving yards. Going into it, touchdowns. If again, it's the same thing. Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuel, George Kittle, they're all really good odds to get a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey plus 129, Debo Samuel plus 179, Kittle plus 270. So if we want to just throw a little bit there, Brandon Ayuk for one touchdown plus 325. That's crazy. I might just do that just for the
We might
hell
have
of
to
it.
sprinkle a little bit on a side bet there.
I might just throw 50 on it just because that's sweet odds. And
Yeah.
that's a guy who we've seen have multiple touchdown games, and he just is coming off of saying, I'm going to feed you, Brandon Ayuk. So I might just do that just because of the odds are so tasty.
And I really liked what I saw out of Purdy in the red zone, the windows that he could fit the ball into.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we might do it. So I think this might be a Brock Purdy heavy bet for us. What are you thinking?
Cool with me.
All right, cool. All right. So we're going to go with our guy, Brock Purdy, hitting his over on yards. So Brock Purdy over 199 and a half yards. We're going to go ahead and put count them, $300 on it. What are you feeling?
We're about to win this bet, keep it rolling a couple weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Ready to
And
keep
we'll drop a extra 25 on the Brandon Ayuk touchdown. What do you think?
Won't hurt to make more money.
All right, let's do it. But that's our diamond pick of the week. Make sure you hit us up on Twitter. Make sure you throw the little, diamond and the pick emojis. We'll be on the lookout for that. Okay.
Yep, and subscribe and go and watch some more videos up here. We got some good stuff we've been dropping lately, and you should check it out up there, over there.
Yep. Check it
One
out.
of these sides. Bye.